Hi, my name is Shelby DeRocher, and I'm here with...
Dad,
Oh, yeah,
DeRocher,
okay.
Dave, her dad.
How long have you worked with Uptime Outreach?
You know, it's been about 5 years.
Good.
It's been around a little longer, but it actually became its own organization about 5 years ago. It started in the great nation of Brazil.
Brazil.
Yep. I was down there with a friend and we started it. He had an English school called Uptime, and we were reaching out to all the students there, so I said, let's call it Uptime Outreach. And hence the name, Uptime Outreach.
What education and or training did you receive?
Well, I've been in ministry for almost 30 years. I interned with pastors and evangelists, people that reached out all over the world. And I worked with Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Athletes in Action. So a lot of different ministries I've worked with, and I am currently in school right now to finish a master's degree. But how's that?
Good. Why did you choose this type of ministry?
So my heart was, I tried to be moving more towards like, hey, I'm going to be a pastor one day, and I had friends that were doing that, but it seemed like the Lord, every time I moved closer into that area, I really enjoyed doing college outreach. I did that for 25 years, and this is really similar. But it's using sports ministry, life coaching, kind of combining that. So it's more integrating faith where you are. So as opposed to like come to our church, I'm more of go out into the gymnasiums, go out to the streets, go out to the nations, and that's what I try to do.
I like that.
Thank you.
What are the personality traits that function well in this environment?
I think every personality trait can function well. Just got to figure out what you are good at. Some people are really good at doing interviewing like yourself. Some people are good at doing volleyball coaching. Some people are good at making videos like y'all. And some people are good at doing worship. Some people are good at, I think you'd be really good at doing like, interpretive dance.
Yeah.
That's something you're really good
I
at.
think so too.
You really, can bring in the Holy Spirit. That's a little silly, but you get the idea. So whatever God has given you, whatever gift, use that for His glory. So that's what it's about. Whatever you got, you can do. For me, I like sports. I like volleyball. That's what I'm doing now. But now I'm moving into more life coaching. So,
Right.
all right.
What are the personality traits that would not work well?
If you're kind of like, you only want to be to yourself all the time, you never want to work with a team. I mean, I guess there's some personalities that the people that just, for instance, all they do is want to sit in a closed door and read and write theology books, probably wouldn't do too well on this type of work. But I think those are great people too. Just they don't do so well reaching out. Because our little mantra is reach up.
Reach out.
How's it go?
Reach up. Reach out. Okay. What are the greatest organizational challenges?
So that's a good question. A couple things come to mind. It's just keeping the vision. I mean, when we started it, COVID hit. And so it was like went from trying to reach out to the nation of Brazil is one of the things we were doing to try to figure out how do we do sports outreach. COVID hit, and we didn't have any gyms. Nobody let us in except one gym let us in their gymnasium, if you remember this, at 6 a.m.
Oh,
So
yes.
we practiced 2 days a week from basically 5:45 to 7:30 a.m. And then, but if you remember, it's hard to get girls up at that time and then go to school sweaty. But you did it. So proud of you.
Thank you. When aspects of the ministry become overwhelming or difficult, what do you keep your focus on and get renewed?
Yes. So I got a little saying. Obviously, we got reach up, reach out. Another one is shut up and serve. So I try to shut up all the lies, the excuses, distractions. So shut them up. Let's serve God. And if those don't work, I also go to Jotlims.
Joy of the Lord is my strength.
Jotlims, it's an acronym. What is it?
Joy of the Lord is my strength.
Bam. Jotlims.
What is your favorite aspect of the ministry and why?
Seeing people and their lives change and seeing it change over time. I mean, sometimes things change. It's kind of funny. Like one guy had a he was a volleyball coach. He came to Christ, and I had a mom come up to me and she was like, that guy is changing. I mean, he used to just drop the F-bomb all the time, but now all he does is the, S-bomb. So he went from hard cussing, dropped it down a couple notches, to now he is so excited about Jesus, he's inviting us up to do a camp all the way up in Wisconsin. So things change sometimes, but I love seeing the change that God brings. So, and in other cultures, other nations, when you see people that are from totally different backgrounds, and then all of a sudden they come to Christ, sports outreach, how that works. I could go on and on.
Where do you hope to see yourself in 5 to 10 years?
Seeing other people do what I do, and also raising up kind of like yourself. I think you'd be great to work for Uptime Outreach one day. I think yourselves would be great to work for Uptime Outreach. But I mean, basically anybody who, I think with where we're headed, we need more people that are young. I mean, people get tired of looking at me. I'm old, got some gray hair. You're beautiful, and people would listen to you, and y'all are beautiful, and they'd listen to you too. So that's one thing. Youth is just what inspires people. When people see young people following the Lord, like it says in Acts, it says young people will have visions and will lead other people to Christ. When you think about how old Jesus was, when you think about the disciples, they were in their 20s, 30. I'm 53, so we needed a young army of people.
What counsel do you have for someone thinking about the line of ministry?
I say go for it. Just shut up and serve. Get out there and do it.
Shut up and serve.
Shut up and serve. Get out there and do something. Shut up the lie that you can't do it. Shut up the lie that you don't have the money. Shut up the lie that you don't have the education. I don't have a seminary degree. I don't have a lot of things that people would say you need to have to do ministry. I just have a God who wakes me up every day and says, go, get after it. That's it.
What education or training would you recommend?
I think the best thing, certainly you can go to college, get a seminary degree. I think the best thing though is get around people that are doing ministry and that you respect, and try to just listen to them, go on missions trips, learn from them. I think hands-on, being on the job is a lot more fun and effective.
What things might you do differently if given a chance?
I wish I would have trusted God more when I was younger. I mean, you fight through fears. Certainly I'm grateful for every step, but he is so much bigger, and just learning to just, let him do what he wants to do and not get in the way, and not second guess myself so much. He's always coming through, so.
Well, that's all we have for today. Thank you so much.